Hey guys, today we're going to talk about prescription shooting glasses and why and if you should make this investment. Now, I paid $130 bucks for these. Should you make this investment? Well, for some people it's not going to be worth it, but for me it is. And the reason why it is for me is because I have an astigmatism in both eyes. Now, an astigmatism is a problem with the curvature of your lens that basically makes the focal point in your eye incorrect. So what that does is you could be nearsighted or farsighted, but an astigmatism will make things blurry at any distance because your eye just isn't, the focal point in your eye is not correct. So the end result, you're walking around, and if you, like me, have a very slight astigmatism, your doctor will often not correct for that in lenses just to save money, to make things cheaper on you, or whatever. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. And especially if you wear contacts, like I do 99% of the time, most doctors will not correct for them in contacts because it's really complicated, and it usually involves either using rigid lenses or it involves you having to have special contacts that go in a certain way, and it can be really complicated. So it is an important thing. Next time you go to get your eyes checked, if you are wearing glasses, or maybe if you don't, some people have an astigmatism but aren't nearsighted or aren't farsighted, near or farsighted, and so they don't get glasses. So it's something to ask. Do I have an astigmatism? And if you are a shooter, it's something you can actually fix. So I know, because I actually asked, the doctor was not correcting for my astigmatism because it's very slight. One of the things I found was I was having a lot of issues with red dots. I was having a lot of issues on focusing on the front sight. Now, as I walk around during the day, I don't notice my astigmatism. I only notice it when I focus on something very small. Why? Because your brain kind of filters out that other stuff. You know, when you're looking at everything, your brain doesn't really, it just kind of, it's able to compensate. But bring your focus down, your brain can no longer compensate, and you'll notice that blurriness. So for me, anytime I look into a red dot, I see a blurry star. Anytime I look at a handgun sight, the front sight, it's often blurry to me. Now I have a pair of glasses that are corrected for that. When I look at a front sight, now it's nice and crisp. Red dots actually look like dots to me again, instead of just like some blurry little star. So it has made a big improvement over the quite a few months that I've had these now. It's made a big improvement in my handgun accuracy. In fact, I've actually almost, I'd say, increased 50% on my accuracy since I've had these and been able to focus on the front sight much better. And it's just made me a little more confident in that I have a proper pair of glasses. They're safety glasses, so they meet that ZB7 standard. They're polycarbonate, all that stuff. They fit me well. You know, they have nice side shields, the foam on the above to protect the sweat. So I'm actually doing it right, and in the end, I've seen results from it. So I wanted to point that out because there's a lot of people out there who ignore their vision, who don't pay attention, and people often, you'll read, especially when you read reviews, you know, go on to Amazon and read reviews for red dots, and you'll see how many people complain about red dots being blurry. You know, and they'll say like, oh, I bought this and the dot was blurry. I bought another one, that dot was blurry too, so I just bought a scope. You're going to see it a lot. Same thing, you know, you'll read a lot of things with people saying issues with handgun sights. They're upgrading their handgun sights to bigger sights. They're getting the big dot sights. Why are they doing that? Because they have an astigmatism and they're not correcting for it. And like I said, you know, when you have a slight one like me, I have a very, very slight astigmatism. You don't notice it walking around. You know, when you're out on the street, when you're reading a book, you don't notice it. Bring that focus down to something really tiny, you will notice it. So talk to your optometrist and ask him. Let him know you're into shooting. And that's something they can make sure they correct for. And believe it or not, guys, my glasses, my normal walking around glasses do not correct for my astigmatism. I had to, by request, make sure that he included it in there because it is so slight. So it is something to point out, and it will help you, and it will make an improvement, guys. Trust me. I put my glasses on, red dots look blurry. I put my contacts in, red dots look blurry. Put these in, it's a nice focused dot. And what a nice relief that is. I've been doing a lot of dry fire training with these, and what an improvement on my ability to focus on that front sight. And as a result, over the last couple of months, I've seen a huge improvement in my handgun accuracy. I know part of that is due to confidence, but it's also just that ability to focus on that front sight, to actually get a really good crisp focus and focus on putting the bullets where they're supposed to go, as opposed to trying to focus on something I'm just not capable of focusing on. So in the end, this is something to think about, something to ask for, and it may help you out. Like I said, there's a lot of people who aren't nearsighted, they aren't farsighted, but they do have that sight astigmatism, so the doctors don't bother giving you glasses. Something to check, something to ask, find out, and something like this, a pair of prescription safety glasses may actually help you out quite a bit with your shooting.